makes mention of the one who is at greatest loss on the day of judgment. He says, it is he who prayed a lot, who gave much in charity, who did a lot of good deeds, but he stole the wealth of this one, he slandered that one, he wronged that one, he oppressed this one, and so his prayer is gone, given as a gift to that one, as a compensation. His good deeds are gone to that one, and all his deeds are depleted because they are taken as payment for those whom he has wronged. What do we learn from that hadith? Those are powerful words. We learn that Islam has much more in it than standing for prayer, although the prayer makes up a pillar that holds it up. So don't think I am saying prayer is not important. It is a pillar, but the brickwork is made up of so much more than just that prayer. Now comes the question, so how do I attain knowledge? I want to learn. I want to know more. I'm feeling that I'm a person who really wants to know more about this religion and about my duties unto Allah. So I've asked myself the question. I've answered whatever I can. The simple questions. What about the more complex ones? Well, an effort is required. Without an effort, you will not achieve. Just like an effort is required to work, to earn, you will need an effort in order to earn the life after death as well. What is the effort? Time and effort required. You will have to fight your whims and fancies and desires to attend talks like this, which will only motivate you. There might not be an in-depth dissemination of deep knowledge, but there will definitely be a motivation. I go away feeling good, feeling that I'm a person who still, there is a lot of hope about, there is a lot of hope for. And you smile at yourself and your link with your Maker, and you have a concern within your heart to increase that link by learning more. So now you enroll for a course. You begin to start studying in a way that you can end up not only with a certificate on paper, but the certificate which is stamped and engraved in your heart. What is the point of a person who has a PhD on paper, but their job is something else altogether? I came across a man in business, huge businessman, and he told me, I specialize, I'm a doctor and a specialist. So he says, but now I've given up that field completely and I'm into business. I told him why. He told me, and this is a true story, back at home, I met someone who told me this. He says, because I can make more money through business. I think that is quite serious. If the whole world is running after money because you could make money through a deal, none of us would be in the fields that we are. Yet we require a whole spectrum of different professions in order not to depend on others for that. Today in this country, for example, they would promote certain professions that there is a shortage of, and they might even give you a scholarship and sponsor you to go and study that field because they want to have the citizens of this country cover those posts. You follow what I'm saying? So, if I am so concerned and I understand so deeply about this world that my certificate is extremely important, how much are you prepared to sacrifice in order to study and get a certificate engraved onto your hearts to say this person knows, they have knowledge, they made an effort to go out and learn when they look at you, and they will acknowledge that this person is a respected, reputable person. Can I tell you, knowledge, true knowledge of the faith comes with humbleness and humility. If you want to recognize those with knowledge, you will see them leading a very humble life. You will see them really people of sound character and conduct. You will see them reach out to as many people as possible. You will see them, subhanAllah, and you will feel like, I want to study, I want to learn, I want something to happen. But that winding path of knowledge is sometimes scattered with a lot of difficulties and issues, discouragement from the devil in different ways. People will tell you, don't go and study this. You know, don't do this, don't do that. So you need to know how to rise up to Iblis, to Satan, to the devil. You need to know how to tackle him in a way that he So every time the devil comes to you to distract you, you need to understand the distraction. That's how you will attain knowledge. When you want to memorize the Quran, for example, I think the devil will come to you so many times to say, this teacher is too hard, this thing is taking too long, this thing is impossible. If you cannot rise to that devil, perhaps you were never meant to be a person who memorized the Quran. You're too weak. But if you rose to him, like the others have, one day you will be a champion. You know, sitting and listening to various sports people and how they achieve. I've said this before for some of you who might be following some of the lectures, and I'm going to say it again. Take a look at any field. Swimming. Name me some of the top swimmers in the world. You know, you might name one or two. The top players of tennis in the world, the top golfers, the top runners, who bought from one end to the other. Name them. Subhanallah. What is it that they have in common? They have achieved. What did they achieve? They got gold. They got gold. They made it first, top of the globe. How did they achieve? Can I tell you? Can I tell you? Dedication and perseverance. They took it serious. They kept on practicing day and night until they started dreaming of winning the championships. That's the dedication, perseverance. They wanted to get gold. My brothers and sisters, don't you want that prize?